A report just released this week brings good news for renewable energy. The U.S. solar industry has apparently had a record year of growth in 2015 already, and solar panels across the country are producing 20 billion watts of power. In fact, 40% of all new electricity installations in the first half of the year were solar installations. The Washington Post explained that the growth boom is being fueled by a combination of declining costs, low interest rates, and a federal solar investment tax credit. In late August, President Obama visited Las Vegas, which is being referred to as ground zero for the solar boom, and addressed the National Clean Energy Summit. The Energy Department also announced $1 billion in federal loan guarantees for solar projects. Well, overall, it's a good time for solar in the U.S., and even though we're far behind Europe and even China, the future looks bright, pun intended. My guest is Philip Warburg. He's the author of Harness the Sun, America's Quest for a Solar-Powered Future. He's past president of the Conservation Law Foundation in New England, and his earlier book was entitled Harvest the Wind, America's Journey to Jobs, Energy Independence, and Climate Stability. Welcome to Uprising, Philip. Thanks for joining us. Now, are you surprised by the boom in solar that the U.S. is experiencing? After all, you wrote about wind energy before you wrote about solar.
Yes, when I actually was writing my book about wind energy, people asked me if my next book might be about solar. This was back in 2011 and 2012. And at the time, my kind of flip response was, if I wrote a book about solar power, I'd have to call it Dim Sun, because at that point, it really seemed like solar, dim sun, that it seemed like solar was at the margins. I was happily mistaken and discovered that era and decided to set out on a journey across America to look at the prospects for solar energy as it has been developing. And as you rightly stated, the statistics for the first half of this year are pretty phenomenal. And I should just add to them that if you add wind power during the first half of this year to solar, you get to 75% of our total new installed capacity during the first 6 months of this year from renewable energy. So that's a pretty remarkable step toward a more sustainable energy future.